Alright, MrSotko here, and welcome back to another Wargame Red Dragon replay, and it is a 1 vs. 1 between cute anime girl, the blue 4, and Mr.kim, the red 4 team. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and speed it up just a little bit until the game actually begins, as it's just a preliminary unit picking portion of the game here. We're going to speed it up until the game actually begins, which is usually in a few minutes, and see what happens from there. So, there we go. And we're going to lower the speed down to 1x. And we'll see what we got. For the blue 4, we have T-72 B1s moving out, BTRs, and a recon helicopter, the Mi-24D, moving out, but there is a Z-9A launching rockets at it, and probably ain't going to make it there. So lose this as a recon right off the bat, but that's usually the name of the game, trying to get recon around soon. Should have brought that recon a little bit further around. For the red 4, lots of BTRs with troops, going to Bravo, already taking Alpha. We have an HQ-7 anti-air, tanks bringing up, and BTRs trying to get into the town of Foxtrot here. So the Mi-25 going around, and we have a recon helicopter sort of in the back here, just watching over the area. And a battle beginning in Foxtrot, and at Bravo will probably most likely belong to the red 4 player, as blue 4, only cute anime girl, only brought over a BTR-90 with recon troops just to see what's going on over there. So Mr.kim having a little bit of an advantage, looks like, right now in terms of Bravo. He will be capturing that, so he will be +1 once he gets that, but he does not have a CV. Just moving out now is going to get it out over there. Trying to bring up a Tunguska BTR-Ds, and yes, Spetsnaz grew recon troops, and they're trying to get into the town before they get blown away here. And the T-72 is going to be moving up. It needs to get into some cover just out there. It's going to get hit sooner or later by something. BTR-80As in the woods here with their 30mm cannons blasting at those troop carriers, taking out the VDV-90s, losing a lot of troops from that. Now down to only 14 with 2 squads. Going to try and get into this little spot of town as soon as it can so it can get some cover. Zanchis and the ZSL 56 firing with its 7.62mm, just a troop carrier, but does some pretty good damage to troops if they're too long range. T-72 firing at the Spetsnaz Groove from the tree line, but it did move out of the tree line, so this T-72 B1 will be able to see it. However, the tree line is in front of it as well, so it looked like that ZTQ lucked out a little bit there. Q-50 dropping some bombs on the Spetsnaz crew. However, there's only one left, so not really the greatest bombing run there. And so the blue 4, cute anime girl, is sort of losing Foxtrot right here. Doesn't really have enough troops to really hold that right now. Two T-72 B1s firing, and it did get that I don't even remember what it was, the Q, the tank that was in the wood line here, the ZTQ. And now going to be firing at each other and see who gets who first. Let's get that ZTQ out of there, that recon, so we'll be able to take that place there, and it will be hard for the red 4 to get back in there with a tank in there. Z9A firing rockets, taking out that chopper. If the T-72, excuse me, getting a little tongue-tied today. So many names, so many numbers. And again, the red 4 definitely has captured Bravo, but has not brought a CV just yet. I thought the CV was on its way, but turns out it was not moving, so it needs to get a CV in there and start winning the game. As he already had, a +1 advantage for a very, very, very short time, as he has 6 points out of 500. The blue 4 has not gotten any points so far. Morskaya moving up with their RPGs, AK-74s, 5.45 firearms. Trying to move into the town here. Gets these Yuck Yundays. Q5D dropping bombs here. See where they land, and does take out some of those Morskaya there, preventing them from getting in the town here. Needs to get into this town, but they're getting stunned before they can even get in there. T-72 and a Tunguska taking that out. And now the Tunguska radar-powered anti-air firing at that helicopter there, taking that out too. Again, nothing happening too often at Bravo. I have casted a few of these games on this map, and usually Bravo's a pretty lame duck for the most part until later on in the game. But even then, sometimes I've seen it where it just nobody really even bothers with Bravo. Typically, the big fight is around Foxtrot, and eventually the Red 4 team will try to push into Delta here through this tree line. What he's doing now, but usually with a little bit more force. So WZ 551s here with their 25mm cannons against BTRs with 7.62. So I think those WZs will win the battle. However, they did take a hit from that T-72, losing one of them. So I'm not sure how that's going to work now because it is stunned and won't be able to fire back. But it doesn't take too much damage for the BTR. And with the BDRM finishing it off. So far, so good for both players. Now, Cute Anime Girl with a +2 lead as he took out the CV in Alpha. So now the Blue 4 team, Cute Anime Girl, has Delta, the +2, and Red 4 has nothing here as they both own their original bases. And he's trying to use that MI-24. He tried to find that CV in Charlie, but no luck because it's all the way in the back there. And if he would have found that, that would have shut down MrSotko in a quick hurry. Now he's moving up pretty steadily here. T-72s and PTR-90s and a cargo. Moving on across here. So he does have supplies with those troops. MI-24D shooting at these Zanchi and ZSLs in this town here. But he may get shot down here because he's flying right above it. And he does lose that helicopter. However, that helicopter served its purpose and took out a CV and Alpha. And now is allowing Cute Anime Girl to win the game here. Cute Anime Girl did take Foxtrot as well. So now a +3 advantage for the Blue 4 team. 42 out of 500 as opposed to the Red 4. 6 out of 500. Moving in with a JH7. And see what he's planning on doing with this. Does have guidance and infrared missiles. So he can hit ground with these missiles from 3,150 away. However, there's a MiG-27 moving on in here. May shoot that JH-7 down. It is a superior air fighter than that JH-7. And see how this works out for both of them. And almost, however, there is a Shilka here. And it's firing on this MiG, so you might want to get out of there because there is AA and the JH-7 now stunned. Probably wants to evacuate that. Both are in a little bit of trouble here, getting stunned by that Shilka here. It needs to get that out of there. Just now it orders that evac as it was very low in health. Zanchi in the woods here, trying to move up on this town. However, there's more Skya in here and will probably outgun those Zanchis. Yuk Hyundai against VDV-90. There's only 5 as compared to 17 Yuk Hyundai, and the VTRD really isn't firing back. Needs to just get out of there or he's just going to lose it to an RPG pretty much instantly at that range. And the Yuk Hyundai definitely take care of that, and the VTR-90 was destroyed, leaving some more VDV over there to get instantly destroyed. Now he's moving up that T-72B1, but going to instantly start moving it back because it will get hit by that RPG-7. He's not really going to be able to do too much of those, but if he's at far range, and as soon as these get out into the street here, that tank should fire at them, but it does not. Moving up this BTR-90 right across the road here. It doesn't seem like the Blue 4 or Red 4 really sees this. MrSotko might be able to get under this MI-25, maybe do some damage to that MI-25, but losing the BTR-90. He was trying to find the CV, just desperately trying to find that CV. However, it is right here. That's where he needs to look. T-72 fighting with this ZTQ Recon. 125mm gun against a 105mm gun. So typically outgunned by that T-72B1. A slight advantage in terms of seeing because it is a Recon, so it can see much further than the T-72. So it is being fired upon. He doesn't know this T-72 is being fired upon here. Gonna lose it real soon here. Maybe 1, maybe 2 more hits. But moves it just far enough back in the woods so that ZTQ cannot see it. Which I'm surprised because he does have a BDRM here, Recon, which probably can see that Recon. So I don't understand why that wasn't firing, because typically most tanks fire at approximately the same range, 2275 and 2275 range. Tunguska was aiming up there, fired that Salko's missile and took out that helicopter. Moving along there. Got Yuk Hyundai in the woods here. And these BTRDs may run into them. It depends on where their path is going to go. They do have RPG-7s with a range of 700 meters. They get in range of that, they will lose some of the Spetsnaz he has going here. So the BTRD is going to get in here. Spetsnaz is just going to run through the woods and will probably, yeah, indeed counter this Yuk Hyundai because the Spetsnaz have napalm that launches at 525 meters once they are near enemy infantry, and it just eats enemy infantry. However, they have almost no answer for any kind of armor. JH7 was moving in, tried to nail something there, but needs to evac. Looks like he actually nailed that Tunguska somewhere around here. So took that out of the equation. ZTQ now trying to move up. Maybe notices that there's a cargo here, and if he gets too close to that, he'll take that cargo because what happens with cargo and transport, things like that, is that if yeah, indeed, he took it for the Red 4. If there are no Blue 4 around that, it can't be taken by the Red 4. So now he has a free, awesome cargo truck, which will repair his ZTQ. If he just moves this over here, he can repair that ZTQ for nothing. And indeed, the Yuk Hyundai getting totally demolished by these Spetsnaz as you can see the little burning piles from the napalm that they launched. And he's trying to get them out of there, but there's really nowhere they're going to run. They're just going to have to run forever as there's really no reinforcements they can run to. But just sort of delaying the inevitable right now. Even the BTR trying to get caught up to him. Again, nobody's taken Bravo yet, which I totally disagree with. Could easily bring out a CV and just put it right here in the woods, anywhere really, and be able to capture Bravo. And if he did that, if he brought a CV over here, he would... Cute Anime Girl would not be at +1 anymore. It would be +0/+0. And Mr.Kim would not be losing the game any longer. MiG-27 moving out. Don't know what it's going to be exactly firing at here. Firing its 30mm cannon at the Tanke Jashao. Tanke Jashao. Not really sure how to say that too well. Evac order for the MiG-27 as there's really nothing for it to attack. Can use the 30mm guns, but it moves so quickly that it doesn't really get too much of a shot on them. Morskaya getting fired at by these Jashaos and Jansis here in the woods. BDRM firing on them, but these guys here need to get into the cover here, or they're going to get stunned right out in the open. And having stunned troops in this game is a little bit frustrating as they just can't move, and they just, even if they have 2 feet to walk, they're stunned and can't get there. And a big old bomb blows up there, destroying those troops. JH7 is now out again with its guidance missiles, trying to go for a target here. Not sure what its target is, but as soon as it sees something, that will launch its guidance missiles and take it out. And it looks like this BTR-90 may be on the list. Indeed, getting fired at. Loses that BTR-90, but not too big of a loss, as it was just a troop carrier, really. So, but also not a loss for MrSotko either, as it didn't really cost him anything to do that, except for buying the JH7 much earlier in the game. And again, still nobody taking Bravo, and every time I cast a game on this map, just nobody seems to take Bravo or attempts to take it back once it is taken, which I just completely disagree with. Even Cute Anime Girl could bring a CV over here as well and have a +2 advantage. And Cute Anime Girl definitely wants to know where this CV is, as well as MrSotko wants to know where their CV is for Cute Anime Girl. Both of them using infantry, command infantry, to hold a town, which is usually one of the best ways to do it. If you just have infantry, you really can't know where the infantry is. But if you're using a CV truck, it typically has to be in a wood line like this, so you almost sort of know where it's going to be. Or at least have a few various ideas of where it could be, and you can just fire on them with, bring in some artillery or something like that. And just take random pop shots at people's CVs where you think they might be, and generally, sometimes you can actually get a hit. Like if you were to just fire randomly here and be like, well, I think the CV is there, so you take some artillery and fire there, and it could land directly on that CV and destroy that CV and cause some trouble for your enemy. Now bringing out a new CV, BJ212, for MrSotko. And I'm sure this vehicle is going to go all the way over here, which I'd hope He's going to come all the way over here and come in the wood line somewhere protected, somewhere that would be hard to figure out where it is. And it's going to even up the score. Still not really bothering to take back over Foxtrot. It's very hard to take it over. Anything could be lurking in this tree line, so moving up anything would be a disaster. However, what Mr.kim doesn't know is that there's basically nothing guarding this whole section here, so you could roll in with some tanks and things like that, pretty much take over this whole region here. Just bring in some recon so we can see where these troops are and pretty much bomb the living hell out of them. And they'd be pretty much, he wouldn't really have anything there. There's a T-72 just now moving up in that sector. Mi-24V trying to move around the side here, looking to see maybe he might move it all the way around, trying to get to Charlie. That would be a good bet. However, there is Q1s right here with their infrared missiles. And if it gets too close, I'd say with anywhere within this range, you're going to get shot at by those Q1s. And may lose that Mi-24. Then that will sort of give away the fact that he's trying to get around the side. Will give that away to Mr.kim so that he can maybe put some recon in here so he knows when that is coming. MiG-25 flying around looking for any trouble. Nothing really on the trouble list here right now, as there's nothing really for it to battle. And indeed, he's moving that Mi-24 as far around as he possibly can. I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe just landing it and getting out some recon troops, or just setting it there for recon at the moment. However, I don't think there are any recon troops in the Mi-24V. It would show that there would be. Spetsnaz group battling out with these tanky Jashaus. But it's going to take a while for them to really battle that out with them. Dragunov SVDs being used, trying to snipe out these tanky Jashaus. Spetsnaz now moving in with their napalm rockets and start burning up these Zenshis in both in the town and the woods here. And they take a big hit with that napalm. And you can see that napalm just eats up infantry. A big bomb landing on those troops, taking them out just about instantly there. JH-7 now moving in to try and battle this MiG. It actually has an infrared missile, so it's gonna find a target on the ground here and gonna launch missiles and then evac as soon as it loses its 2 missiles. And I didn't actually see what it hit, but it did not hit the T-72B1. He was hoping it wouldn't hit this. I'm sure Cute Anime Girl did not want the T-72B1 destroyed. Su-122's moving in, putting down some serious firepower on those Zanshis. Just one left, gonna probably take over the sector here. These tanky Jashaus right here. As soon as this BTRD is getting in range, he's going to lose that, except he loses it already to the ZTQ. Spetsnaz Gru took out all of those. And so only Lijan's 90s left. But however, the Spetsnaz Gru only has 1 man left, so really not going to be too effective. They do have those Dragunov SVDs, which is sort of like a sniper rifle, 1,000 range against troops, so you can snipe troops in a town from a wood line. QW1 here with infrared missiles taking down that airplane, or helicopter rather, excuse me. BJ212 is now in Bravo, but at the same time a command infantry for Cute Anime Girl, so that sort of nullifies that out. Su-122 is moving up close. There's only QW1s. Getting a little tongue-tied here. Left in the town, and they can't do much about it, so he's just going to have to keep moving those back, as they don't have any. They only have 1 infrared missile left, and they only have the 7.62 rifles, so that's not going to do anything to this armor moving up. So the Su-122s moving forward here. Very, very old tanks here. Only a cost of 15 to buy the Su-122, as it is a 1954 vehicle. Pretty much a World War II-esque, a little bit later. But they were definitely doing the job, as even a vehicle from 1954 can still do some pretty big damage, because it does have a big gun on it, as a 122 millimeter cannon on the front. Just because it's old doesn't mean a 122 would not hurt you. Mi-24V now moving back this way. And he does have Spetsnaz Gru in in the wood line here. So if he just kind of moves those up, he may be able to see that BJ212, but I doubt it from this distance. He may not be able to see that. So I don't think that's going to help him out too much. However, he will see things moving across here. Another CTQ recon moving out for Mr.kim. And these SU-122s are holding their own here, which is kind of interesting. They only have a range of 1,925 meters, as they are pretty ancient vehicles, but they only cost 15. And also do pretty good damage. However, their accuracy is very, very low. And they have the 14.5 millimeter round on it, the Dushka heavy machine gun on the top of it, which does major damage, but is very inaccurate. Mi-25 out of rockets here, but does have the cluster rockets, so anything getting in that range will be able to use that. J7H, again, that pesky J7 moving in, but didn't get a target, so instantly evacuated that out of there. And now Foxtrot has also been contested by Mr.kim. So now there's only... So basically nobody owns any territory. They own Delta, and Mr.kim owns Alpha. But this is contested, and Foxtrot is also contested. We have some Zanchis and Mi-25s in the base of Cute Anime Girl here, doing some big damage. However, there's two BTRs. They're going to be firing at these Mi-25s. But I don't think that's going to be enough, as there's three Mi-25 here. Here comes an Mi-24V to battle that out. Takes out the CV vehicle of Cute Anime Girl. Another BTR here, but just not doing it, as it's only 10 cost. He's using very, very low cost vehicles here, so it's just not enough to take out these M25s at a quick rate, as they are very ancient vehicles. So Cute Anime Girl trying the very, very low cost vehicle approach, using SU-122s, which are very, very pretty much ancient tanks, using low-cost anti-air to guard his base here like that. Sort of backfired on him, as he lost his CV temporarily. If he just had one modernized anti-air along with that, he would have definitely taken out those Mi-25s in a quick hurry. Would have been a big loss for Mr.kim to lose all of those right off the bat like that. Morskaya is launching rockets with these BTR-60s, and here's Yukyunde moving across as well, but these Yukyunde are going to be in trouble. There's not much to defend against. The BTRs shooting all the way over here at these Yukyunde. Might stun them, and if they get stunned, that's going to be a big problem for them. BTR taking mad heat from two BTR-90s there. Morskayas have to back out just a little bit, as a big bomb just went up, but now getting back in place against the Yukyunde. Big old bomb goes off, destroying all of the troops in that town. Almost destroying the town, too, by the looks of it. But the Yukyunde also fall. So a total loss to both sides on that one. And so now a move needs to be made, as Mr.kim has a +1 advantage, because Cute Anime Girl is moving the CV, but just replaced it, the UAZ over here, and at the time was moving the CV. Now moving the CV forward, going to try and capture something else. However, there's a CV here and a command here as well. And there's an Mi-25 flying overhead, and might lose that T-72K1 CV. And that would be kind of a big loss. Buck gets hit by this Tunguska. Two MiGs moving out against this B5 here. The B5 is dropping big 1,000-kilogram bombs and loses that B5. But it looks like he did get off that 1,000-kilogram bomb, and see where it's going to land. It's not going to land anywhere that's going to destroy anything. The B5 is such a great bomber. I really love the B5 in this game. You can see the path of destruction. So if you had any troops, any tanks in that entire area, leaves a massive crater in the ground. It's just a big, big bomb. And I believe it's the North Korea or something like that has the B5, only has the B5 there. So you pretty much have to be red 4 to use it. But it is quite annoying, especially on smaller maps where you really don't have much room to disperse your troops. Those QW1s launching Mi-24D there, but it looks like they're all out of rockets now, and that one rocket did miss. So able to drop off these recon troops here. Still nothing really going on so much. Foxtrot still uncontested, or contested rather, and Bravo is contested as well. So Alpha and Delta, only ones owned other than the main base. Xanchi now in the base of Cute Anime Girl, and they're going to be moving forward. They have Type 69 rockets, 83mm rockets. However, it is pretty well protected. The CV is pretty well protected over here by all these BTR and SU. It looks like he did bring a little bit of a slightly more advanced anti-air here, the ZSU, just in case those MIs come along again. And these BTRs can fire at the ground, so if these Xanchis get too close, they're going to get peppered up pretty bad. However, they're going to get a rocket off and destroy at least one of them. These two cargos totally out of supplies here. Should bring those back to his FOB. However, it doesn't look like either side actually has an FOB. Looks like these Xanchi are indeed moving forward. Gonna see what kind of damage those do after a bit here. 2 JH7s moving along. They're 1,000-kilogram bombs. And they do release, and see where they land here. Didn't get anything, though, along with that. The CV is hidden here for Cute Anime Girl, and Cute Anime Girl putting the attack symbol there because she did see, or he did see that BJ212, and now wants to keep an eye on that and remember where it's at. So putting that attack symbol there, remember, is just sort of a reminder for Cute Anime Girl. JH7 now moving along with its guidance missiles. And going to launch at that Tunguska, taking out that Tunguska, but evacs that JH7. Takes out the anti-air off Cute Anime Girl. Now bringing an SU-24M over here. And going to drop some bombs here on this BJ212. And see what happens here. See if it gets it. It's a cluster bomb drop. And it looks like it is right on the money. And takes out that CV of MrSotko. So now putting Cute Anime Girl at a +3 advantage. As Alpha was also knocked out. Actually, he must be just moving these troops here. No, he did contest it with his T-72K1. So this is contested, so neither side has this. So MrSotko, or Cute Anime Girl rather, has a +3 advantage. As he has Delta and Bravo, as opposed to only Charlie for Red 4. So +3, +2, and 1. +3 advantage for Cute Anime Girl. And Cute Anime Girl does win this game. MrSotko, the loser, so Blue 4, the winner today. And I hope you guys enjoyed this replay, and I will see you guys next time.